right. Well, welcome to the City Slicker Podcast, guys. I hope you had a good week. This has been kind of a long afternoon. I've been trying to get all this crap going and just haven't been having the best of luck. And if you're wondering why I have a 22 in my hand right now, or a gun at that, there is a red squirrel that is running around behind me. And I brought this gun just for this reason. Let me fix this a little bit. I brought this gun just for this reason because I'm out here, so I've got this nice fire going in front of me. It's keeping me nice and toasty, and I'm like, how cool would it be? Because normally when you go out and sit in the woods and whatever, squirrels will come around. But I was interested to see how long it would take for these red squirrels to start popping out and being interested in me. So I've been here messing with all these different connections I have, and I found the one connection. I'm like, don't touch nothing. So I got this video in here on the camera, so I'll get better at actually looking at the camera, but I'm hoping that you guys can see me pretty well. I'm gonna go look and see how it looks. Yeah, it's looking great. So I got the red squirrel behind me, and if I would have got this going 5 seconds earlier, that red squirrel was right here, but he ran back that way. So if you're an audio listener right now, kind of to set the scene, I'm sitting here on 2 logs. I got a nice campfire in front of me. I got a 22 draped over my lap, and back here behind me, I got my lunch. So in this same woods, not too many months ago, I shot a deer, and I'm out here. I got my lunch. I got my gun. I'm doing some pest control. So I'm out here. I'm having a good time this afternoon. But I kind of was thinking all week on a topic for this. Got really excited yesterday because I got this whole video and audio figured out. So now this is going to be on YouTube. So the City Slicker Podcast on YouTube and all the other platforms. So if you're already listening on the audio or you're listening on that, it's getting kind of windy, so I don't know how bad the wind is, but I have my mic or my headphones on, so I don't think it'll be that bad. But yeah, so right now you're watching a podcast. Possible we're gonna cook my lunch and hunt right now. So if you're an audio listener, I'd recommend go over to City Slicker Podcast on YouTube when you get some free time and watch this podcast, because I'm just sitting here having a good time, and I'm really enjoying myself. I woke up this morning, I was like, and I had all this stuff. I'm like, no, wake up and make today mine. And I just got up and got on a roll. Thank you, Corey, for letting me use these two logs. Thought I had some on my pile at home that I could use, but I didn't. So I'll get better at looking at the camera. I feel like I'm just looking off in space. But I guess I would like to start off kind of piggybacking off where we are right now. Kind of want to talk about some of the things that right now Michigan has to offer and kind of some stuff that's coming up. So right now, I personally do not do this, but I would love to get into it. It's syrup season, or sap tapping. So if you're going down the road and you see these buckets and this blue tubing hooked up to these trees, the maple trees, people are getting syrup right now. And from what I've heard is it's like booming right now because it's getting freezing overnight and it's getting above freezing during the day. So it's warm and it's just booming. Like, people are filling up their buckets. I'm very intrigued by that process. I would like to do it myself next year, possibly. Or maybe I'll find somebody here local. I know the Prestons are doing it right now. Maybe I'll have to talk to their boys because I'm friends with them and see what we can do. But right now it's syrup season, so that's one thing Michigan has to offer right now. And then until the 31st, you got all the small game you can hunt, like squirrels, raccoons, rabbits, possums, all that fun stuff. And it only costs $10 to go get your base license, or less than that. So get out there and do some hunting and let me know how you do. But remember to share this. This is kind of just the start of it. YouTube videos be coming soon. I'm kind of struggling finding some things that I want to do. I just don't want to have all my videos be hunting or whatever. I kind of want to have a different edge because everybody else out there is doing that, and I want to be more like me. So if you got some ideas, anyone out there listening to the podcast, comment on here and let me know what you think I should do for some YouTube videos, because I've got access to property. I've got quite a few guns and stuff that I can shoot. If there's anything you guys are interested in shooting, or not shooting, but watching me film and stuff like that, let me know. And then another thing, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that's been supportive. People sharing this on different platforms. I put it on Facebook. Quite a few people shared it on there. And just to support everybody's had. Sorry for the wind. But it's really something I'm passionate about. And for people to tell you that they think it's pretty awesome what you're doing is very nice. So what else does Michigan have to offer right now? Crappy weather, kinda. Weather's just kinda interesting. Just like, it got cold sometimes this week, and I was like, man, that really sucks. But I've been kinda what I did for the week. I'll just kinda touch on that. I was on the dairy farm. I was hauling out manure pack all week. And if you don't know what manure pack is, it's just like bedding where the animals poop, and then you put more straw or shavings or whatever on top of it. And what happens is under it builds heat. Well, the farmer I work for, he's shipped out quite a few cows, so most of those cows are gone now, and we just have empty barns. So I've been cleaning out the barns. So if you're here in our area, like if you're watching this and you know me, you'll know. But if you're in the area, you see me driving the tractor, wave. It's always nice to have people wave at you, and it makes you feel good when you see people that you know out there while you're working. So give me a wave. Don't give me the bird. I haven't got any of those yet, but I imagine once the people from another state come up here, like kind of how our area is, I'll get a few, because they're kind of cratchety and angry. But I guess something else I'd like to talk on is I'm looking to start a series on here, and if you're interested or you're in the trades, let me know. I know so many people that are in the trades and have different things, but if you kind of want to tell it from your perspective, and you're interested to come on here, I have the facilities to have more people on this podcast. But I'm gonna start a little series of like what it takes to be in the trades. So by that I mean, like, I guess, what is the trades? Your trades is like your electrical workers, your plumbers, your linemen, which is another form of electrical work, HVAC, and I know there's quite a few of us guys that are, there's quite a few seniors and stuff like that, and just in our small towns and stuff like that. And I know that the audience is more local now that I'm just starting out, but as I grow, they're all us guys getting out of high school and stuff like that. We have the passion for being in the trades and working. So I wanna have a few people on here to talk about what it takes. I know journeymen, I know apprentices, good friends that are some apprentices that are fresh into it. So if you kind of want to know what you're getting into in some of these different trades, comment for me and let me know what trades you want to hear first. But I think who I'm gonna have first, a really special person, is my buddy Nathan. I think I'm gonna have him on here first, and he's gonna talk on his side of the trades. Haven't really ran it by him, but I know he'll be 100% game for it. So Nathan, you're welcome. I'm volunteering you that you're going to be on this podcast. And he's in the automotive trades. So he works at a local shop here in town, pretty reputable, like big shop, Bobelia, Chrysler, Dodge, and he's killing it. He does all my mechanic work. I've said it ever since day one, me and Nathan being friends, and he's always been car fixing up and doing everything, and we've done all my custom exhaust works that we've done together. And I always say Nathan's my mechanic. So if you need something done on your car, and I know Nathan's doing side jobs and stuff like that, hit up Nathan White, because that guy knows a lot. He's I get the pleasure to be his best friend, and yeah, he's like a brother to me. So go give him a little shout, and he'll be here on the podcast soon. But I'll talk to him kind of on what it takes to be in the automotive trade, what to expect. So if you're looking to get into that trade, you kind of have a little bit more of a idea, because he's in it right now. And if you're just in technical application schooling right now, you don't really know what you're getting into. Obviously, you know what you're doing. You're working on, it could be anything. Like, they're teaching you, getting all these certifications or whatever, but you never really know what it's like until you get right out there in the real world, like working. Because at school, you're not working, but you're under your teacher. But when you get out there, you're under your boss, and you're under your foreman, you're under your people that are above you. So, like, when you get in the trades, I'm just going to kind of speak on a few general things. Be open-minded. A lot of times, so, for a great example, I was in the electrical program for the Career Center. So I was looking to get in the electrical trades. So the way that my teacher taught me, he taught us all this cool stuff. The start, I did not know what I was doing at the start. My dad did electrical work. He had done many electrical projects. I had no interest in it. Did not apply myself to it like before, but come time to go to the Career Center, I wanted to be in the electrical program. Now, I only got to do it 1 year because my instructor was deployed at that time, but I took the construction trades program, which was awesome. Made some great friends from Bronson, Jordan, and Landon, if you're watching this. A couple of good friends, Harrison, all the guys from the construction trades class. Those guys are awesome. So I get to do electrical, and Fran teaches us. We do everything. We get tasks like a job sheet, and it's like a mock-up of a wall that you build on there, and you do all sorts of stuff. So we go through that, and I'm like, towards the end, I'm like, can I go on OJT? So I could work and get to do electrical work and I'm basically like I'd be at school. So kind of awesome. I'm like, I'm gonna look around, and it was getting towards the end where I was looking to possibly do the OJT and then end up on the crew. So I had kind of chatted at a local business, and kind of where I'm getting at to be open-minded, he had his own opinion on guys that come out of the Career Center. So he didn't feel that someone that went through the electrical program, or at least this is how I took it, so I don't know if he listens to this, if he even remembers me, if he wants to clarify, but he didn't feel that me coming out of the electrical program as if I was any better than any Joe Schmo off the street coming to get hired, because they have their own way of doing it. So that's another thing that's where I'm getting at with being open-minded is you might learn it this way and you might do it this way, but a lot of times when it comes to a business owner's looking to do what's best for their business, and they find a flow. It's kind of like when you do your work, you have your own way of going about everything and how you do it and how you carry yourself. So when you get there, you might have learned this way, but the way that they do it is different. So be open-minded if you're looking to get in. Sorry about that. Stupid camera died. I heard the beeping on the dang through my headphones. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, no. So if there's a little glitch in the video, this won't be nothing to the audio listeners. You're just gonna have the end be open to, and then you'll hear me talking. So what I was saying, just be open to how people do it their way. So when you go into a new job, don't think you automatically know everything. Not saying you wouldn't be knowledgeable, but everybody's got their own way of doing it. So if you have a specific trade that you want to see, comment down below. If you're wondering if you audio listeners are wondering what's the rattling package, we got some venison brats. So I get my deer processed at M&M. I take all the meat, and I debone the meat and yada yada. And I take it over there and I get it made into what we call a product. And the product would be deer sticks. And I'm reading the old brochure. And I see brats. And I'm like, oh, I kind of like brats. I like deer meat. So let's try it. So I got a good old deer brat. I got this here old trusty not a fire poker, it's what do you call this? Fire stick or a hot dog stick from back in our camping days, back when I was younger. And now my dad tells me how you cook brats or some junk like that. It like takes a while and you gotta do all this crap. I'm just gonna cook it like a hot dog and hopefully I don't get sinking salmon vanilla. But these are some jalapeno cheddar venison brats. And little did this deer, jeez. Alright, fun fact everybody, your fire poker's hot after you leave it in the fire. Dummy's own moment number 1. So, little did this deer know a couple months ago as it was walking probably in this general vicinity, same area as I am right now, that it'd be on a podcast getting cooked on a stick. So we're out here in Michigan's finest, eating Michigan's finest. So if you like Michigan and you like eating deer meat, give me a thumbs up down there because I'm really enjoying myself out here. I've got a really cool podcast studio at home, but some reason in my head, my brain goes, oh, let's go out in the woods and film a podcast right in front of a fire and cook food. Have your gun right there because there'll be a squirrel. I'm waiting for that thing to come back. I'm really waiting for that thing to come back because that would be so cool to shoot that on video. And I'll warn you guys, if he comes back, I'll warn you when I'm going to shoot, because I personally have no clue how loud it's going to be through these here, through this microphone and stuff. So if you're listening on your AirPods or some junk like that, I'll give you a warning. But back to what I was saying about the trades, we're going to have people on here from many different trades and get a little snippet of that and what it takes, and then probably talk to, just have some small talk. So most of these guys I know, I hunt with them. They hunt as well, like I said, and they have many different hobbies. So that's what's to come. And again, a reminder, let me know some things I can do for YouTube, because I have a bunch of ideas, but I think what happens is I get a little clouded because I have so many things that I can think of, but really just need to slow down and think, hey, do this. But a big thing on the docket for me is saying goodbye to the old manual Ford Ranger. She's done me good, but nothing wrong with it, like at all. Shift's good old manual, but I'm looking for something different, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna get, what the next vehicle is going to be. But let's just say there'll be some TikToks posted about it. There's going to be some YouTube videos on some building of it. And nobody else around here is going to have one. And that's probably going to eat a few people alive that they don't know. But you'll see it here soon. I've already got it lined up. And once the old trusty Ford Ranger's gone, we're going to be hopping right into the new whip. So it's going to be the City Slicker Productions whip. Few people know, but not a whole bunch. People in my inner circle know. So, ooh, Kevin, I stink the brat, better turn it. Oh yeah, that's interesting. When you get sidetracked talking, everybody, your brat will burn. Your brat will burn when you do not look at it, and it definitely just burns. But we'll be alright. But what else can we talk about? And I apologize if you do not like the style where I'm like, and I'm kind of just having small talk here by myself. It's kind of interesting. do a lot of stuff like that, you know. So I'm used to working alone and junk like that. So this podcast will be nice to have someone on here to bounce stuff off of, because sometimes when you don't have something to say personally yourself, someone else is going to have a input. So what I want to do is I want to give this a test. I want to shoot this 22 at something, and I want to see how loud it's going to be, because that squirrel ain't come back yet, and I don't know if he kind of got the gist that I was over here making a podcast. I doubt he's ever watched one. Let me fix this too. Just had to move my log so I can prop up my graft so she'll cook good. But let's grab this 22. What are we gonna shoot at? And now this is just mind-blowing. Oh, love that. There's this here fire. So the ground's frozen. But after you have a fire for a while, this fire's got my whole fire area just nice and muddy. So I just went to wipe something off, and I got a bunch of mud on me. So I got this thing already loaded up. What are we gonna shoot at? I really wish that red squirrel would come back. If I'd had turned this on 5 seconds earlier, buddy was chattering at me, looking at me, but got the safety off. Oh my God. So I'm gonna shoot at something and see how well this thing's sighted in. Alright, I got it targeted. It's over there, safe direction, everything. Took hunter safety once. I got one question wrong. The question I got wrong on my hunter safety, I answered in front of the class before we took the test. So that was interesting. My buddies will never let me live it down. They say, oh, you missed one on your hunter safety. Everybody else got 100%. Oh, here we go. Let's see how sighted this thing is. Oh yeah. She's rocking. Ooh. Listen to that. Ooh. I can hear all this through my headphones. It's nice and crispy. So I guess now, after shooting that 22, kind of reminds me of something I can talk about. So I was asking you guys, what are some things that I should do for a YouTube video? Well, I went out last night, and now if you know me, kind of a jumpy person. Not necessarily. I guess I could say I'm a little bit of a pansy when it comes to some things. But I did it. I decided I'm going to go and film a raccoon hunting video, because last week's podcast we talked about nest predator management. And I go, I'm gonna go out and film a raccoon hunting video. So I get all my stuff around, get all my lights going and filming and junk and getting all these transitions and trying to put out some quality content for you guys. And I get there and I'm like, what am I doing? I get there, there's this plastic flapping, this door on this semi, the back of it slamming, and I'm seeing stuff in the shadows before I can get my lights on, and my adrenaline's just rushing. And I'm like, how are you gonna walk around out through the woods and do this by yourself? But I was like, bound and determined. So I was like, I'm getting this video out for these guys. I enjoy making this. Like, if I get eaten by something, it's gonna be on video. So I get moving along and doing my thing, and I get back towards the woods. And let's just say it felt like 360. This massive group of coyotes decided to strike up. And it's just, if you've ever heard coyotes before, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But freaking barking, howling, all these different sounds. I'm like, oh no. Like, I'm not about to get eaten today. So I was like wigging out because all them stinking coyotes. I'm like, probably gonna pass on the frickin' raccoon video. I called someone. I was like, but they were asleep. And all my other buddies were at a bonfire. And I ended up going to the bonfire after because kind of sissied out on that. But I went around. I went out there. I would have kept going, but I didn't see no raccoons, and the coyotes kind of just weren't my thing. So I'll get better, because, like, when it comes turkey season or whatever, and I'm walking in the dark, I'm locked in. I ain't worried about nothing. Like, I'm not scared of nothing come turkey season. I'd say that's interesting, because there's more cover and all that junk for whatever in my head I think is going to eat me or some junk. But I remember I used to have, my dad had to walk me into the deer stand, those are great memories. But now I walk out by myself, and I ain't gonna lie, when you kick stuff up, it's scary, but I've gotten accustomed to it. So raccoon hunting is just gonna be one of those things for me where I gotta get a little bit better at not being so. I think I just get in my own head. Like, I know there ain't nothing around here that's gonna take me down. I'll tell you, I'm pretty fast if I hear something that's dark out. I know there ain't nothing gonna take me out other than a pack of coyotes. I know that they'd do it, but I wouldn't go lightly. I'd get a couple shots in first. But I just know that I'll get better with the whole raccoon thing. This stinking browse. I'll get it. Check that thing out. But how long have I been doing this? Wow, this has been about a 30-minute podcast. So I apologize that it's kind of been a round robin all over, just kind of me sitting here bantering, but sometimes it's nice to have it like this. Like last week's, I had that really structured. I went through and did some research on everything. I enjoyed that. But I'm telling you what, I'm having an amazing time out here today. Cooking my lunch out in the woods. I'm gonna be doing more of this, most definitely. I'm probably gonna keep these 2 pieces of wood here. I'll scooch them off over and make sure this wood's gone so the farmer's not mad. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this. So when we get the new vehicle, I'm gonna have to walk back here, because I don't know if I'm gonna drive that vehicle back here because it's muddy. But we'll see. What else could I talk about today? I know you guys are like, this is your podcast, you ain't even got no idea what to talk about. Well, I just kind of decided this week I was going to do this one firing from the hip, which sometimes turns out better than you think. Here we go. So for you audio listeners, you're going to have to go to YouTube. I'm probably going to get burnt. But we're about to check this here broad out. See how good she's cooked. Gonna get burned. And the cool way that this podcast is set up, it's like me and you talking at a fire. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. She's cooked. Let's cut a little tester piece. This kind of point of view or whatever we got going here, it's just like me and you sitting at a fire talking. Oh my goodness. So it's phenomenal. Cooked all the way through, so we won't get no salmon vanilla. I'm gonna give this a first little taste. So this is like we were at a fire eating hot dogs. I'm cooking mine right now, but this is just not a hot dog, it's venison. Wow. I do not want this microphone to hear me chewing, because I will wig. These brats are amazing. That is so good. Also helps I haven't eaten nothing today. But M&M, shout out to you guys. These brats are killer. I apologize for the sounds you can hear in like my mouth. I think that's so weird. It's like some ASMR or some junk. But I totally recommend if you're getting your deer made into stuff and you go over to M&M, the brats, definitely worth it. These are phenomenal. So I guess in closing, for this week, I know I wasn't good about posting 2 podcasts this week, but I'm kind of on a little bit of a extra. I don't even know what I'd call it, but I'm a lot more motivated now that I've got this video side of it up, because I made an amazing podcast studio at my house, and the fact that I was only doing audio and that you guys couldn't see it kind of sucked. So I'm gonna do, probably the next podcast will be at the house with the new podcast setup, but it looks really cool. So go to TikTok and you can see it, or I'll post a picture on Instagram today. Probably that's what I'll do. So go to Brady Ward on Insta, and I'll post a picture today of my podcast room. So I guess now in closing, if I've said in closing like 30,000 times, I probably have. And if you're from this area in Michigan and you have a grandparent or even yourself, if you've ever tried leaving somewhere, this is like me talking to somebody else. And I know for you video listeners, I haven't done the best job looking at the camera, but I'm just kind of going like and talking. But conversation will drag on. Like if you're about to like leave somewhere, I don't know if I've been with my grandpa. We go over to a guy that fixes our stuff up, Jeff Ewers. You're there for 2 hours, and half of an hour of it was 30 different stories when you were saying goodbye. So I'm really trying to close this out. So thanks for watching. I know it's kind of more round robin, but I'm out here enjoying myself, and posting these videos gets me through the week. I like listening to them while I'm in the tractor, listen to myself, kind of wanting to get better. So share this out, blow it up. Let's try and get on the City Slicker YouTube page. Let's go for a goal for the week, 50 people. If I can get 50 people to subscribe to that, that would be a major win. So subscribe to the City Slicker podcast, and then City Slicker Productions on YouTube. I'll link everything on, I don't know where the heck I'll link it. Probably like Instagram, or maybe if I can link it on this podcast, that's what I'll do. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an amazing week. And if you're waking up in the morning and you aren't motivated to get up, you're like, today sucks. Get up and make the day yours, because there's no better motivation than not being motivated, because the consequences of not being motivated are nowhere near as good as what's going to happen when you get motivated. So make this week yours, and have an awesome week, and thanks for watching.